Halls of learning. Explore, imagine, create, empower.
The Lego Your Mind Robotics Club is making a visit to Boston to compete in the first Lego League State Championships of Massachusetts. I've been doing this trip for the last 6 years, competing with over 70 teams each time, and we've won 9 awards.
Yes, so from 9:40 to 10:40 is going to be our practice time.
And this time is different because we have a ton of new members.
My favorite thing about Lego Your Mind is working together with the different people there as a team and different projects you get to do. Camo is the accident-prone person. Adrian would be the guy who likes food the most.
Well, my code name is Foodie because last time on the trip for the project presentation, Uncle Marvin told me if you don't smile, you're not going to get any food later. And of course, I smiled, so.
Yendi, I'd say, is one of the more leader-like people in the group. Miniboss, the most experienced.
If you don't plan on finishing this tonight, the coloring, then we'll just show them black and white. I don't want to show them like half color.
Adeline and Sticky are quite creative and funny.
Right now, I like art, Spanish.
I was thinking about becoming a teacher.
And IT, science.
Johnny's great to work with. He's a fun guy.
I want to be an author. I think I do like science fiction or something like that.
Courtney, he may be a little bit absent-minded at times. He may be a little forgetful, but when it comes to work, I think he does really well.
I kind of like try to line up the mood. Originally I knew that there was going to be some seriousness to it, but these people like kind of take it like the Hunger Games, like, you know.
So that's why we decided to go into the census, because we had a census on the robot.
This is the first time we've actually had 4 girls on this team.
Last year I was the only girl on the trip. Well, now that there are more girls on the trip, kind of look out for each other and you feel a little more comfortable.
You're gonna give me 2 minutes to learn all your life.
You know, what we talk about is a little different, but I think it's improved the way we bond. It's improved the way we bond. We have a lot of deeper discussions, I think. It's kind of like we don't relate as easily as we usually would, so it causes more conversations and more ideas.
Boys have always dominated engineering and medicine and everything. Because women, we're supposed to stay at home, clean, look pretty, and preferably do all of those things at the same time. Girls tend to be a little more precise.
I think boys are better at like leading.
I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but they work better.
I've been told that we're stronger and things like that.
I'd say girls are more organized in general. Boys, they would just want to do everything at once.
I think to get more girls to participate in the club, we've had to be patient. We've had to be strategic in terms of ensuring that they were getting early exposure at the same time that boys were getting it. Talking about the fact that girls are involved and showing people that girls are involved is also important.
I want to be an engineer because I like building things. I like being able to say, I want this to happen. I'm going to make it happen. The whole robot itself has actually made a really big progress from what it was before. So now I can shake it. It doesn't really shake that much. I'm hoping that we get at least 50 points and we learn from this experience?
Say it's a learning experience.
It is a...
That's what it was.
Why are you telling me what to say? Why are you telling me what to say?
I'd say robot game is one of my favorite things. We have to build a robot to perform certain missions to get points efficiently without touching it.
Well, last time I wasn't playing such an important role, but this year I'm the co-captain, so that puts a lot of stress on my plate. I'm kind of nervous about the competition. I haven't finished a lot of my programs, and some of them don't work as well as I want them to.
Adrian, he was scared that the programs weren't going to work, and they didn't, but we would improvise. It doesn't matter. That's why Adrian and I get along really well, because he can program and I can build, and we improvise.
I've got Lego Your Mind builders and Lego Your Mind coders.
When I have an idea, I say it, and we clash the ideas together.
So when the robot does not perform as it's supposed to, it usually gets stuck somewhere on the board, so you have to take a touch penalty to get it off, which is -6 points.
The most telling activity for me in all of this was the teamwork that I saw on display. By the time they got to the third run, it's still not been accomplished. And they realized if they continued to use the time, which they had allotted to them, to keep making adjustments, they would be incurring penalty points. So instead of incurring the penalty points, having realized that they had exhausted all of their available options, they stopped and they allowed the time to run out, but it was a strategic decision on their part.
The FLL, it's 2 parts. One is the robot game, and the other is the written work, or the project documents. The theme this year is Animal Allies.
We were assigned to do a project on human-animal interaction, so we chose service dogs. So the problem we identified with our project was that there weren't enough service dogs in Jamaica. It was extremely expensive to import dogs.
A dog's sense of smell is 1,000 to 10 million times the strength of humans, and their sense of hearing is 4 times the strength of humans.
Yeah.
There are around 160,000 persons in Jamaica that have a medical condition or disability.
Seeing as I was at the competition last year, I bring a little more knowledge to the team's preparations for the presentations to the judges. So, you know, when we're actually presenting, we know that eye contact is key, so you have to keep eye contact and be engaged.
So what makes your solution, how is that going to be different that you're going to use in Jamaica as opposed to what's already existing?
What will be different is we'd be training the mixed breeds that you would find on the street instead of the pure breeds, because the general idea is that pure breeds are better than mixed breeds. But with research, we found out by contacting Mr. Fisher, the dog trainer, that it doesn't matter if it's pure breed or mixed breed.
It's cheaper because we have a lot of mixed breeds out here, and they can still perform the same tasks as long as they're taught to do it very early. The judges were really impressed, and they said that's really interesting because in America, they have so many service dogs, they don't even realize it's a problem. But out here in Jamaica, we don't have that. And it's hard to constantly hire caretakers, and it's expensive and everything. But when you had a service dog, you wouldn't have to pay your service dog. So it's cheaper, builds the economy, you'd have more dog trainers, you'd have more vets. And then on top of that, we decided, hey, the law also needs to be changed. You couldn't really take a dog anywhere because they'd say, oh, dogs aren't allowed here. And that was the rule everywhere. That was the legislation. This is not fair. I mean, these people need these service dogs, so why don't we help them?
Our project was about the lack of use of the police dogs that we have in Jamaica, and our solution to fix them, which would be to basically put police dogs in each station around the parishes in Jamaica. I felt a lot calmer when we were doing the presentations because it was midday. There weren't a lot of people there in the room, so I didn't feel scared or pressured. The judges thought it was okay. I think they did like it, but we could have done better.
You guys have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Have fun.
at the back.
My favorite part of the trip so far is the sightseeing itself, visiting places you've never been to before.
I really wanted to see MIT because I want to go to university at MIT. It was more than what I expected because I thought it was going to be like the office cubicles, people in suits, all professional and everything. And the people I met there were so bouncy and vibrant. And it was so creative. It seemed like inspiring and it would make your creative juices flow. To do something imaginative and innovative, you need to have something to inspire you.
I was really looking forward to MIT Media Lab because they had Makey Makey there. Makey Makey is like a board, and then you'd hook it to anything that can conduct electricity, and it actually replaces your keyboard with, well, for us we use foil. If you'd press the foil, then you'd get this note or that note. We made a song.
Going to Harvard was really cool, like learning about the kilobots. They made 1,000 really small robots that they can use in swarms. Like if you shine a light, they could be programmed to go towards the light.
So many robots, programming them one by one is going to take hours. So they put them in a general area under 2 main programming disks. It will send the program to the robots at the same time, and they will do what they're supposed to, and it will look amazing. You can't help but stare like, wow, I can't believe somebody actually sat down and built this.
I liked visiting iRobot. I liked the inventions they made, like a big, huge rocket ship for underwater. That was cool.
Adeline is 10 years old, and she just started the club this September. She likes figuring out how things work. About a year ago, she took a rolly board and put a chair on top of it and tied it with scarves and created levers for it, and it was her own homemade wheelchair. When she gets tired, she said she can roll that around the house.
Our Lego Mind Robotics Club has primarily been dominated by males. I think in Jamaica, it comes from how you grow your girls and what you expose them to. Do you let your daughter feel like if she's the only girl in an activity, then she shouldn't feel comfortable with that? Are girls being made to feel like they can't do math, science?
It starts in their home, and girls tend to be encouraged to do a lot more of the domestic activities, and boys would be encouraged to be more physical. But I won't limit this to Jamaica. When we move now into the school environment, there tends to be an expectation that boys are going to do better with math and with science. But we're seeing that in the US, we're seeing that across the world.
The Lego Your Mind builders.
We won the top research prize overall for the project. I didn't think we were going to win at all. I was just like, oh well, you know, we did our best. And I'm really glad that they actually chose us at the end of the day.
What I think is anybody can do what they want as long as they put their mind to it.
Well, for me, girls and guys are kind of more or less the same.
We all have our strengths and weaknesses, so it all depends on who it is, like not necessarily a gender. Because like you can have guys who are good at putting on makeup, and you can have girls who are good at playing football.
I have 3 kids, and I've had all of my kids do all the same things, but supporting whatever their strengths are.
They shouldn't feel like they can't do well in anything they pursue.
There's so many innovations that could happen in the world that people just aren't doing. And I think that in the future, If I really wanted to do it, I could.
You meet a lot of special people, and these special people come quite close to you.
I have some good friends that are girls, so you know, they should have same rights as guys.
Each person is unique in their own way.
The skills of the person depends on like their personality and things.
Like people are like snowflakes. There are no two snowflakes which are alike.
Halls of Learning. Explore, imagine, create, empower.